fault, sorry. Yo, what's good my people? Today we're watching Cool Teachers Are Ruining Children by Umezy. We haven't seen an Umezy video in a little while, so let's get into it. Well, I think, personally, I don't know if cool teachers are ruining children. I feel like it needs to be a bit of a balance, but I haven't had any like teachers that were too cool, like they always obviously still made us do stuff, right? So anyways, let's get right into it. Hopkins. Yo, okay, wearing a leather skirt in school setting is kind of crazy, I can't lie.
Give me meow, give me her, give me fun.
Okay, nah, yo, chill for that.
In the boardroom, looking bored because I'm not here for pleasing the men.
Are we not getting tired of the professional people being unprofessional?
Yo, look at my boy Umezy, suited up right now for this video.
This growing trend going around, especially with the content creation, social media, TikTokification era that we do live in now, where everybody wants to share every single aspect of their lives. And because the mundane and the boring don't necessarily make it to the FYP pages for everybody to see, they want to live it up. They want to make it be as big as possible, even to the extent of doing things that are unprofessional. And while this video might stem from the teacher claiming to be the cool teacher, which in and of itself, I don't even understand why that's something that people would strive to be. That's a little oxymoronic. Yeah. But while this video might
personally, your job's to teach. You ain't there to be cool.
Them from the cool teacher comments, unprofessionalism has been bleeding into professional environments for a long time now. We're losing the recipes. It's the reason why
I feel like it's getting so much worse with TikTok as well. Like, you've seen how many people are making TikToks at their workplaces. Like, ooh, I feel you.
I had to put on my Sunday's best in order to show people that, yes, you can still wear a tie and look good. If I do say so myself, look a little handsome. I may hand you some.
A lot of teachers have a tendency to get upset with what the students consider the cool teachers. As a person that I guess you can say that students would consider like, oh, I want to be in this class. It's like, you can't be mad at that teacher for being who they are. You're holding bitterness against the wrong thing. And if you're a cool teacher, you get it. Not that we want to be cool, is that the students make you a pillar of resources, emotional stability, whatever feels like home. The students themselves make you that.
Now,
she didn't include learning in there. I'm just gonna say that.
I'm gonna put on my old head hat for a second. I grew up in an era where there was a clear distinction between authority figures and your friends. The authority figures weren't striving to be cool. They were authority figures. They were well respected. They were sought to as people who had a voice and respected opinion, and they were intelligent, etc., etc. Now, I think a common misconception in this conversation is that these teachers now have to conform to whatever respectability politics that are laid out by some bigger, wider, vaster system that has control over, minorities and that are putting down people. And I'm saying no to that. Like, I don't think that dreads make you less of a person to listen to. Like, that doesn't make you less intelligent because maybe you have a different...
Yo, give me a second, people. I don't know why that bar's at the bottom. Give me a second. Yo, I'm back, people. I sorted that out.
Because maybe you have a different hair color or you have an ear piercing or something like that. I don't think that that's what that is. The problem becomes when you believe that all these norms that are in place just serve no purpose at all and we should just let them all go. Why is it not strange that a teacher is striving to be the cool teacher around a bunch of teenagers? And the way that he's going about...
Yeah, and I feel that, like, as a teacher, like, personally, you shouldn't be trying to fit in with the students, right? You should be trying to guide them and lead them a certain way, even if they might hate you for it. You get what I mean?
Doing that is not by being a great listening ear, not by being understanding, not by doing a bunch of different math problems.
But I mean, telling them what to do and teaching them how to do it.
And meeting them where they are. But no, he's depicting that based off of how he dresses, at least in the video shown online. I know people aren't gonna want to hear this, but there are certain professions in which you have to be professional through and through, from tip to toe, top to bottom. I don't want to see my teacher for my kid doing some sort of TikTok dance in the damn classroom, especially when I know what these test scores are in America. Like, I just don't want to see that. And it seems like every time we have this conversation, people feel as if we're putting people down, but the reality is these teachers enjoy the attention from... from their students more than anything, and that right there is
That's the
weird.
problem.
Let's just keep it real and admit that some teachers enjoy.
That's the problem. I feel like sometimes attention can be like a drug, right? But I feel like when you're teaching, you gotta kind of be like, you know what? I'm not here to be their friend. I'm here to be a teacher. You get what I mean?
Attention from students. I'm a teacher. I've been a teacher for a long time, almost 10 years. And one thing that I noticed really quick was when I would wear fitted clothing, kids noticed. They noticed. I remember one year, kids accused me all year of having a BBL. After that year, I decided, you know what? I'm not wearing tight clothes to school anymore because that's not the kind of attention that I want at school. But there's a time and a place for everything, right? Like wearing those tight clothes, those tight skirts, low cut clothes, not for school. The big part of being a teacher is just modeling how to navigate the world, modeling how to dress appropriately.
We've all been in these situations before. Students getting specialized treatment from the cool teacher, teachers wanting to fit in by knowing the songs and the dances, or watching the television shows that the kids are watching, listening to the music, trying to be a part of the in crowd. Those people have not mentally passed where they are when they were in those same classrooms, sitting in those same desks.
Sure.
They're not getting attention from somewhere else, so they're gonna get it from people who are forced to spend 8 hours a day with them. Looking at the teacher in the beginning, there are pictures of him showing his midriff off. There's even outfits where he's like showing that he has a grill in his mouth. Like, why does nobody think that that is like not okay? And before I get the crowd of people in the comments that are saying, yo, if I had a teacher who dressed this way, I would pay more attention, I would respect my teacher more, I'd be more willing to learn. That's cap. We just need the full...
I'm gonna disagree with you, bro. Because now, thinking back on it now, I've had some cool teachers, you get me? Like, I was saying, I haven't had some, but now, for sure I've had some cool teachers, you get me? And, you know, I feel like a lot of the time, like, I don't know, I messed around a lot when I was in school, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and, you know, sit here and just straight up cap and say, yeah, you know, I studied so hard in school. I was always studying. I mess around. Okay, I was just pissing around most of the time. But like the cool teachers were like the only teachers that I would, you know, not really mess around with, like, at all. You get what I mean? Like, not even disrupt, but you get what I mean. You know, when you're just like, just rage baiting the teachers, or you're trying to see what you can get away with in class. You get what I mean?
Stop and not say that.
Just having a laugh with your boys. You get me?
There's studies out there that talk about how looks, being attractive or unattractive, can have effects on whether students are paying attention to a teacher or not. And there's also studies that show that, hey, dressing a certain way, dressing more professionally, proceeds to then give students a higher value. Like, they view you just better in the grand scheme of things. I know that sounds crazy, but we are programmed a certain way. To me, one of the reasons why I want to stop this and nip this in the bud is because when that slope starts to get slippery, it starts to slide in.
I feel like there's a fine line though. Like, you can be a cool teacher and kind of like have a laugh, have a joke, right? And then still be teaching them and presenting work, right? Like, that's your job. But I don't think I've ever had a cool teacher where them kind of being this quote unquote cool teacher has led to them kind of failing to do their job. You get what I mean?
Left, right, sideways, all the way downhill. When I was young, there were boundaries set with the people that were considered professionals in my life, whether it be teachers, doctors, attorneys, or whoever the case may be. But nowadays, when I scroll social media, I see things like teachers getting their hair braided with their students in class during class time.
Didn't you get fired for this? No, I can't lie. I don't see... I mean, I see why it's like unprofessional, but I don't see why this was a big enough problem to get fired. Like, bro, seriously. Oh, we dead ass right now.
Which is insane and out of pocket and totally inappropriate. And then I also see these teachers doing these long, lengthy handshakes, hugging their students, etc., etc. Now, I would hope that a lot of people agree with me that the teacher getting his hair undone by the students is weird as hell. Like, he's claiming that it makes a deeper connection with his students. What more deeper of a connection do you need than to just, you know, give them their assignments? I don't know. Make sure that they're passing their classes. But even
Yeah, I
as I
feel
extend
that.
over to the woman that is doing the handshake,
I feel that for sure. I feel that on like some level, but you know, knowing that that teacher got fired over that is, I don't see why.
one of the main problems that I have is that
I feel like for sure, you know, there should be like disciplinary action, but not fired.
we're showing the kids' faces now. We're not even like blurring the kids'
Yeah, okay, that's not okay.
faces. You've got your social media presence out there so much that you're showing what seems to be like little kids' faces on the internet. When are the professionals gonna be professional? And it only makes it worse because we've enabled this behavior for so long that it allows people to become ultra defensive when somebody tries to correct them for their actions.
During this time, hey bestie, I really hope that you see this message. How are you? I hope that you're okay. Our class misses you so much, and we really want you to know that we love you and we miss you so much and can't wait for you to come back.
Yeah, that's that same teacher who was having the kids undo his hair. He got suspended, and this is how he
I got suspended. He didn't even get fired. Yo, damn, grown ass man, by the way.
responds in the freakiest, nastiest way possible. I don't think people really realize this, but
I don't think that's that freaky though. That's the thing. Obviously, getting suspended, he's not only, you know, maybe like he loves teaching. That doesn't make him a freak, right? And getting suspended, he's obviously gonna take a hit financially from that too. So I kind of understand why it'd be a bit like emotional, but on camera, I ain't never gonna have a sympathy for someone that's crying on camera.
you spend a lot of your formative years in a classroom. Teachers ultimately become role models. I know that people talk about your households and your family and stuff like that having a major influence on you, but think about it. A professional person in a professional setting, the first time that you usually see those is potentially the doctor when you're like a kid or whatever the case may be, but then also a teacher in the classroom. They are role models to the world. And if they aren't upholding those standards, well, then it makes sense how we can then go into life not understanding, yo, there should be some standard for how I don't know, go do an interview.
So I just got dress coded during an interview, and then they decided to reschedule the
Yeah, that is not the thing to wear in an interview, bro. I'm just gonna say.
interview with me for tomorrow. But before they rescheduled, the lady was like, "Would you like
Yo, who's Janae?
to come back, like go change and then come back?" And I was like, "No. These are the shorts. Let me turn some side for y'all. These are the shorts."
This young woman is flabbergasted at the fact that she got flagged for dress code. I mean, you have on shorts to an interview. And I don't even want to say that it's your fault. You weren't taught. While you were in school, you probably had the cool teacher who was wearing basketball shorts.
Nah, we're not even gonna spin it that way. It is your fault. It's 100% your fault. It's nobody else's fault. It's all yours.
In a t-shirt and being unprofessional to the students and the whole environment as a whole. So you think that this is normal. When you get into a professional setting, this is what you're supposed to do. But I'm here to tell you, hey, no, that's not it. But every
Sure.
action doesn't just happen as a one-off. People become unprofessional because the standards weren't set and met at the beginning of their life, right? The teachers dress a certain way, they pass the interview looking a certain way, and then they come into the office dressed for a professional corporate job, getting off their office siren fits.
How to dress like an office siren. First, start with a fitted blouse, turtleneck, or high neck tank. Next, a pencil skirt or low-waisted fitted trousers. For shoes, a pointed kitten heel. Put your hair either up and a little undone or down and
Yo, what is this?
sleek. The most important part, a pair of rectangular glasses.
So definitely the skirt is
Wait, this. Nah, there's something wrong with this. This looks like you'd find it in a magazine, I can't lie.
is way too short, and the thigh highs are definitely making it worse, particularly them being visible. I think if that skirt was a couple inches longer, I probably would never say anything. I think it's cute outside of this. Like, I wouldn't wear this to work.
It's not even just that the outfits themselves are outrageous, but the concept of being something that is luring men or luring women or luring people's attention
in a school setting
at work is what's really kind of throwing me off. Like, I can already tell that these people who are putting on these outfits have never worked in a corporate building, because first and foremost, it's cold. Like, nobody's wearing those things to this cold environment. I'm just trying to stay bundled up and warm so I don't go to sleep. But second off, and most importantly, I'm not trying to get Janice from accounting to be turned on sexually by the things that I have on. Now, if it happens to happen while I have a polo shirt on, that's a whole different conversation. But like me showing off my thigh meat in order to get James from the IT department to like lick his lips or something.
Yo, bro, why'd you have to say my boss's name like that? Nah. Okay.
Like that, that's the weird.
Yeah, my boss is called James, by the way.
Weird thing. The reason why I started off at the dress being unprofessional is because that's just the first portion of the
That was just the last name I was expecting to see.
iceberg. It goes deeper because these are the same people who then make excuses as to why they can do unprofessional things on the platform. If we extended this to any other profession, it probably makes sense. Probably like the medical field, right? You would expect them to dress a certain way and act a certain way, right? But again, it all blends into each other. That's why there's people like that therapist from a couple years ago who openly went on the platform and outed her male patients. Ultimately, she got fired, but it was crazy how unprofessional she was using her TikTok platform or in her professional environment.
Well, hello. It's your friendly...
Bro. Damn, bro, imagine you're scrolling on TikTok and you see your therapist out in your darkest secrets. No, I'd have to personally, that's ending a court case.
neighborhood therapist who thought she could save these hoes, but got her job terminated as a result. Story time? I think yes. Shit you not, I posted a video on Monday telling men that their dusty behavior is only harming them and that they would benefit from emotional intelligence. And I shit you not, by Friday, didn't have employment.
And it would be different if she was recommending just therapy, but she was literally giving examples of her real life patients and berating the men on the internet. Unprofessional as hell. And I know people are thinking that I'm over exaggerating, but trust me, the lines can be extremely blurred once you start to mix the unprofessional and the professional setting. Meet Adriana Williams. This is a former teacher in Monroe Comprehensive High School who was caught with allegations of essaying a child. But it's not just any child, it's her former student. Now, I'm not saying this is the explicit reason as to why this happened, but all this unprofessional behavior being normalized in these professional environments probably gave people an excuse to just let all this stuff slide and go undetected. Because when I see the past videos of how she was acting with her students, she was basically flirting with the kid.
I'll remember him. I taught him last year.
Made a 90.
Yet he still finds a way to see me every day. He is rough-handed. Oh,
Yeah,
look there, he...
Listen, personally, if I done that sort of thing with my teacher, like just even all the rubbing or all that touching, whatever, that'll be ending in a meeting with my parents.
goes again. I think he wants to be back in 9th grade.
Why do you keep coming down this hall?
She be calling me. Y'all, she be emailing me contact.
Why you telling stories? Why you telling
You see how he switched his story.
It look like I'm lying.
Why lie?
Yes.
I'm not.
He gets on my nerves, but that's my twin, we be vibing.
Yeah, that... I don't know what that is, but I mean, that's just... I don't know, I don't see that as... Well, maybe actually given the allegations, maybe, okay. But I don't see that as that bad, you know, minus the allegations. That would just... You get what I'm trying to say?
That's your twin, you be vibing, man. That's a student. Well, I do agree that the conversation about respectability politics is real. People shouldn't be judged based off of having dreadlocks or names or, you know, speaking with a certain, you know, tone, vernacular, or whatever the case may be. Those things are real. But that doesn't mean that we can't uphold and maintain professional standards in professional environments. I think the reason why people are giving a bunch of leeway is because these are teachers, first and foremost. But if these were people like doctors, lawyers, accountants, or anything like that, judges, health police police officers, all those things, people will be looking at it extremely strange that these people want to dress a certain way, act a certain way. And because there's a bigger, broader picture saying that these people are role models to certain young individuals, they should even want to dress a certain way, be a certain way, act a certain.
I feel like, yo, W video, yo, if you like the video from my man, you know, go over to his channel, drop a like, drop a sub, do the same for me, you know, doesn't go unnoticed. I appreciate you, man. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Just to let you guys know, I'm live every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so if you feel like putting up, you know, tune in. Foza. Peace out.